What's up, guys and gals? It's your boy Jeff coming back to you with another Extreme Nerd Table podcast with Randall and Marco. Marco's running a little late, but here's Randall for you.
Hey, for a second there, I thought you were about to say, "Welcome to another episode of Nerd Tits." Just
So what you been up to,
guys
Randall?
with nerd
Yeah.
movies.
What you been up to this week?
Same old working.
Since you don't have the other job.
Yeah, I don't have the other job. But like trying to think what happened last weekend. Boss called me in to work on Monday night for like 4 hours, and then I had to help my mom out. So my Monday was just—I don't even consider that a day off. My Monday was taken away from me. But Sunday, gosh, I can't remember what. Oh, you know what I did? I went to go see Birds of Prey. Yeah, and then we talked about it on the show last Sunday night. Yeah. So, and then this week's just been work. I've been watching episodes of Gargoyles. I'm almost done. I'm on the last season of Gargoyles. I got like maybe 5-6 episodes left. And then I think after I'm done with Gargoyles, I was thinking about watching Spider-Man Unlimited because that was one series like I never got to watch all of, and I do love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character. However, I found out that X-Men Evolution is now running HD on Disney Plus. So I watched a little bit of the first episode just to see the quality of the animation. So it's still like in a square box because it's supposed to fit for like the old school TVs. But yeah, the animation is a lot more smoother. It's not grainy. It's not like used or old looking. So the animation looks great. Sound I think is pretty good. So I look forward. That's another series like I didn't really finish either. Like I watched. There was 4 seasons of the show. I watched 3 seasons, and I'm pretty sure I watched some of the episodes of the 4th season, but it was like maybe the last half of the 4th season that I lost track of because these were like cartoon shows. Like they were still playing these like on Saturday morning or Sunday morning in the afternoon, on the weekends, while the Saturday morning or weekend cartoons still existed on television. So before Cartoon Network came around, before the internet came around, and streaming channels. But for the most part, that's how you used to watch it, like record it on a VHS tape, try to collect all the episodes. That way, if I felt like going back and rewatching it, I had that option. And they never released the 4th season of X-Men Evolution on DVD. They have all 3 seasons on DVD. The first 2 seasons are actually broken up, like maybe 4 or 5 episodes a disc. And then I actually have they did the whole entire 3rd season on DVD. So I have that. So it kind of bugs me that they never made a, like it'd be cool if they made a box set, like a complete series. But yeah, I want to go back because I do enjoy the X-Men. I love the 90s X-Men cartoon series. X-Men Evolution was a fun twist on the X-Men because you see them as teenagers, as technically how they're supposed to be. Because that's what they were when they were first debuted in the comics. But you see them in modern day. So they're like modern day teenagers. And they go to like a regular high school. And then
I remember. I watched it. I watched the first season, I think. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Or
it was cool that Nightcrawler got to...
I think I watched the 1st and 2nd season, and that was it.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that they got to like introduce like Nightcrawler, and he got to wear like a hologram wristband or whatever, so it made him look human, so he could actually fit in with the other kids at school. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That would make sense. I mean, honestly, or Gene would just do, make everybody think he's a normal kid. Jean Grey could always.
Oh yeah. Everybody looked normal. Like Scott could get away with wearing shades. Rogue was just goth looking. Shadowcat was normal looking. Like mostly everyone was normal looking. It was cool. Like later on when they started introducing like Colossus and Gambit.
Before, like, I had one question, or this was going to be a topic exactly. But what comic book movie would you want to see that's not the big two? Not the big two.
Oh, not from Marvel, not from DC.
Right.
What comic book film? Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Yeah, I love Mark Millar, and he did him and Steve McNiven. They both worked together on Marvel's Civil War, the first one.
Right.
And so when Mark Millar was starting to do like his independent series, like he had done Kick-Ass.
All right. I got a question. Then who, like, actors you would cast for all the people in that series?
In Nemesis?
Yeah. Who would you cast as the characters?
I really don't know who I would want to cast for Nemesis, for the bad guy. I mean, technically, it really could just be anybody because he wears like the mask and cape, and you want somebody with a similar build. I have been thinking like the most important casting for that film would be the police officer, the one that Nemesis is trying to kill. Like, and so traditionally, like, he looks like a younger Robert Redford, like a younger when Robert Redford was like in his 40s or 50s, like he looks like that type. But you don't necessarily have to have an actor look exactly like, for a movie like this, you don't have to have an actor look exactly like the character from the comic. I started thinking, like, who's an older guy who has been in a lot of cop films, like he's played a police officer who could handle some action and some stunts, and who I think would be great for this film. And I thought immediately Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves has played a police officer in a bunch of movies, and so to see him trying to take down and go after Nemesis, or vice versa, Nemesis trying to take him down, like that'd be pretty fun. So I suppose like getting an actor that can play opposite Keanu Reeves, like you can get somebody younger, you can get somebody like maybe like Zac Efron, I don't know, Zac Efron. I could probably see it. He looks like he's one of those actors, like like he got a lot of notice for playing the serial killer in that movie, Ted Bundy, I think, and he got some recognition for that. So I think he's one of those actors, like he'd be good at playing a villain, and he's in amazing shape. He's in amazing shape after like doing movies with like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and like when you saw him in Baywatch and you saw like how crazy in shape he was. It's like I could see him, donning the whole white suit and him being smug and him being like, like I'm gonna kill you on the 28th of February at midnight. And and then just seeing somebody like, older and seeing like somebody like, I could see Keanu, like I think that'd be a fun movie.
Yeah, or like a couple of mine would be, I wouldn't mind seeing Huck by Mark Millar.
Yep.
The Huck one. But
Huck I think would be difficult to cast.
I think he would be difficult though. I honestly think he would be pretty difficult to cast because thinking about it, there's no,
probably an unknown. You probably have to go with like an unknown actor.
Really unknown actor. I mean, honestly, like the Lock and Key, the older brother was supposed to be a little bigger, but I'm actually kind of happy of who they cast with in it. But honestly, So, I was joking around with a couple of friends saying if they did come out with a Vampirella movie, did you see the villain in the Lock and Key, the well lady?
Yeah, I've seen it in the trailers. Yeah, I think you mentioned last week that you think she would be a good Vampirella.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, I think she would be. Her, let's see, like the Huck one is.
Let's just get Salma Hayek. Let's just get Salma Hayek to play as Vampirella. She played a great vampire in what was that movie?
Yeah, but she's a lot older. She's a lot older now too. So, and Vampirella's supposed to be ageless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put some makeup. She looks great for her age.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying she's supposed to be ageless anyway. So.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. But I would try to get somebody younger. What about if
like Gal Gadot?
But it becomes a series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My big thing is, what about if it does get, if it jumps off to be successful, it becomes a series. Then you're gonna have to have an actress that's a little younger and young enough where she could play for a length of time. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, maybe Vampirella shouldn't be a movie. Maybe it should be a TV series.
Right.
Because I mean, like you had like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where you had David Boreanaz play as Angel. I mean, clearly when you saw him in the later seasons of Angel, you could tell like this guy's gotten older, you know, and he's a vampire. He's not supposed to age.
Age.
Yeah. And so you know, like the one actor that actually looked good and kind of maintained his looks was the guy who played Spike. Like he, you know, he maintained like the same look. Like yeah, he got older, of course, but it wasn't as noticeable as like David Boreanaz. You know, what's weird though was after like Angel was done, and then you started to see James Marsters, like appear in other TV shows. Like when I remember when he showed up in Smallville. I looked at him and I was like, man, this guy got old fast, you know? Or maybe he already looked like that and he was just covered in makeup that helped make him look, you know, younger.
Right, younger. Right. Yeah, man, like I was thinking about like other, you know, like other things that you want to watch, you know what I mean? Like besides the big two stuff, like
oh dude, there's so many independent stuff out there, man. There's so many independent stuff
like,
out there. There's more publishers. There's more, you know, there's all kinds of stuff that's happening that's coming out. It's honestly starting to, you know, I don't want to say starting to. It's always been kind of like that, but it's hard to keep up, man, because there's so many stories.
But it's getting big. It's getting the independent community is getting a lot bigger now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the independent community blew up in the '90s, but then it slowed down because
now it's blowing up again because of Kickstarter and all this other stuff.
Kickstarter's been very successful, very huge, and to the point where now people can actually just create their own stories. Like if they get with an artist and they collaborate, and you know the Kickstarter runs well and they both make enough money, you can self-publish. You know,
right? I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Get a good artist, man. Get a good artist. But more importantly, like
you know my backstory. You know, I used to, you know, what I used to do, but before the medical lab thing, I used to, you know what I mean? And I have stories like that. I was thinking about a book at first.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, but I'm a big comic book nerd. Why don't I just, you know what I mean, create it into a comic book series or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also keep in mind too, like when you're writing, it doesn't have to exactly be like what you experienced. It can be loosely based on it, and you can like exaggerate on
it. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna exaggerate a little, you know what I mean? But honestly, you know, I'm thinking about it, and honestly, why not? You know what I mean? I experienced it. Nobody else has, so you know, I've done it for 5 years. So
absolutely,
everybody knows, you know what I mean? Almost everybody in the community knows I used to do what I used to do.
You should call it boobs and bouncers.
Yeah. Or bouncers or the Confessions of a Bouncer, something like that.
Confessions of a Bouncer, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
So what we got here, Mr. Mark Spector Comics. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Bloodshot. Me too, man.
Me too.
Kevin.
My thing was, I wouldn't have mind to have Jason David Frank to be Bloodshot. I don't mind that Vin Diesel did get it, but it would have been nice to see the Green Ranger as Bloodshot.
Because well, I mean, he did do it, but it was more of a web series. You know?
And, I'm saying they should have picked him up and tossed him in the movie. You know what I mean? I know it would have been nice.
I don't know. I mean, I think with them going with Vin Diesel being interested in it, like this is the guy who is running the Fast and Furious franchise. This is $1 billion franchise.
Right.
You know? When you have somebody like that doing a comic book film like Bloodshot, you know, I don't want to say it's going to make. I don't think it'll make $1 billion. You know, but it can still make a lot of money, get a lot of recognition for the character, and it'd be great for the family.
It's gonna get the character. It's gonna get the character more known. You know what I mean? That's one good thing about that.
Everybody wins. Vin Diesel wins. Comic book fans win. Valiant wins.
Plus, he's a big nerd like us. He's a Dungeons and Dragons guy, so he's a big nerd like us. Yeah,
of course.
So
he's Groot.
He's Groot.
He still does stuff with Marvel, but now he's doing stuff with Sony. And doing the Bloodshot movie. So I think it's smart. Yeah. It sucks that they, the different properties are with different. I heard like Harbinger is with a different studio. So before they wanted to do like a shared universe like Marvel, But I think people have changed their minds because after DC kind of failing to do their shared universe, everybody's just like, you know what? We don't need to do shared universe. Marvel can have that. You know, fine. You guys.
Honestly, they should have, because if they did it slow like Marvel did, I think they would have been okay.
Oh yeah,
I think they would. Well, knowing the movie studios, they would have pushed them to push it out. You know, every month.
The sad thing is, we don't know how many of the people who hated on the DC universe. We don't know how many of them were just diehard Marvel fans that wanted DC to fail. Like that's the bad thing about super fans, is that they are so dedicated to one side that they will destroy something before giving it the opportunity. Like, I get it. They're afraid that, if the Justice League comes around, they're afraid that if Superman, Batman, and Justice League and all the other DC characters, they come around, those films will outperform, or do better than Marvel, and Marvel fans don't want that, they want to win, they want to be on top and be like, but that's, the silliness of the rivalry.
But it's big enough for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. It's big enough for everybody, and then on top of that, you have,
well, we got a question. We got a question in the chat.
You guys want to discuss the latest casting announcement of the upcoming animated Netflix series? Yeah, we'll talk about it. I think it's great. I love Mark Hamill. Genius. Kevin Smith's working on that series.
I forgot who they cast him as.
Who?
Mark Hamill. I forgot what was it again?
Skeletor.
Oh
yeah. The whole animated series, I think, is focused on Skeletor and the bad guys. Like traditionally, well, actually, and they even said this is actually a sequel. This is a sequel series to the original He-Man from the '80s. So
it'd be a little interesting, or a little weird at the same time.
I'm interested to see how everyone looks. Like, it's supposed to be an anime style, so I want to see what the character designs are going to look like.
But I'm wondering if he's gonna match old school Skeletor's voice, though. If he's gonna try to match it, you know what I mean? And
he doesn't need to. He's Mark Hamill.
No, but I understand that part, man. But I'm saying, if you know what I mean, if he's gonna, if we're gonna notice, a little Joker. If you know him as a Joker, is he gonna pull the tendencies of the Joker in it on accident? You know what I
mean? No, I don't think so, because the Joker is just supposed to be like, the Joker's a different character than Skeletor.
But I know, but you understand what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes when he brings other characters to life, you can hear a little of.
I mean, you hear his voice, and you're like, hey, that's Mark Hamill.
Right.
Like even when he was voicing Swamp Thing in the Justice League Action animated series, like when I hear his voice, if you listen, if you pay close enough attention, you're like, yeah, that's Mark Hamill. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just cool. It's cool that he's still going to be voice acting. I mean, this guy of all the work that he's done in voice acting, he's known as the Joker, and the Joker is like one of the all-time greatest villains. And I will say that I think Skeletor for the '80s, for pop culture references, Skeletor is a very well-known villain, and I think what's cool with him voicing that villain, this could make He-Man very popular again, hopefully.
Right.
And I love the fact that Kevin Smith's working on it.
But who's voicing He-Man? Do we know who's voicing He-Man?
Chris Woods, I think.
Oh, okay.
Chris Woods. He is married to Melissa Benoist from Supergirl. He
Supergirl.
He was on Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah. And Supergirl herself.
Sarah Michelle Gellar or Gellar. She's Teela. That's cool. As soon as I saw Lena Headey's face, I knew right away. I was like, oh, she's gonna be Evelyn. I could totally see it. Kevin Conroy as Merman. That's
Woods. We get our one of our buddies in the chat.
Chris Woods is He-Man. I like Chris Woods. Yeah. And what's funny is I think Chris Woods, because remember, this is Kevin Smith working on the series. So I think Chris Woods has become friends with Kevin Smith through his wife.
But do you think, my thing is, do you think Kevin Smith is going to try to jump in it himself? He's going to try to voice act himself in there, like one of the characters. You don't think?
I mean, so? It'd be hilarious if he had played Orko. Hey man, Orko here at the Masters of the Universe at the Castle Grayskull.
Don't doubt it, man. But don't doubt that. You never know because
no. I mean, they already showed the majority of the voice cast.
So who's Orko? Anybody we know that's a?
I forget who Orko is. And then you got Cringer.
But I'm saying like he's still got he's still got Jay. He's still got all those guys.
Jason Mewes, I think, will be doing the voice of one of the characters. I forget which one. And I'm sure it's not going to be like a lot.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He's going to try to bring one of those, anybody from Clerks in there. Try to voice act.
Maybe, And yeah, I mean, it would be cool. How cool would it be if he got in, like, because I think, like, him and Ben Affleck are friends now again. So it'd be cool, like, if he's just like, hey, Ben, you wanna jump on here and do a voice for an episode for He-Man or something like that? And Ben's like, no. Ben's like, I'm still doing big movies. I need to.
No, but you never know. You never know. But don't forget, Ben has kids too, so you never know. He might say yes because of the kids.
That's true. Because
that's why the main reason Vin said okay to Groot was because they had him pick characters, and his son picked Groot. That's the only reason Vin's doing Groot is because his son picked it. So you never know.
It's amazing how people, like, when they have kids or they have family members, it's amazing how other people who work in that business who want nothing to do with the work, but they'll get involved just because, family and their, children or whatever are fans of it, or they recommend, they tell them, you should do this, Right. Like I always remember Kathy Bates. She had read the script for The Waterboy and was just like, oh, this is stupid, and she throws it in the garbage. And her niece helped go through scripts. So when she looked in the garbage and she saw the script, she saw the name attached to the script, and she was like, Adam Sandler, And so that's when Kathy Bates was like, what? And she's like, you have to do this movie. It's Adam Sandler, And so she was like, okay, I'll do it. And then when she did it, she admitted that she had such a great time working with Adam, and like they have this great relationship now, all because she played as Mama.
I had another thing to ask, but I forgot. It's something to do with a sequel. Wasn't it Waterboy? I know Waterboy is going to be a sequel too, supposedly. That's what I hear.
No, I doubt it. It would be nice. I think if they did a sequel to Waterboy, like it'd be cool. Like Adam Sandler's character is a dad, and now his kid. His kid is older. Yeah, I think like that's what could be playing for a high school, and then he gets in. The dad gets involved, and he's like, you know what? I guess I'll be a coach. But he's like horrible at being a coach, and it would be cool if like he pulled in Coach Klein. Coach Klein's like, no, I'm retired, Bobby. I'm retired. I don't want to do it anymore. He's like, come on, Coach Klein, I need your help. And then, and he's like, all right, Bobby, I'll help you out. But for only a few games, and then I'm out. Then you have to coach it, Bobby. So like I don't know. There's some ideas out there to play around.
I was thinking of something else. It wasn't that. It was something else. I couldn't. Now I'm gonna have to sit here and think about it for a second. Yeah. But it was something because it was something on your Facebook. I keep forget. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
It was a sequel. It was a sequel or something that you were talking about on there, but I can't remember exactly. But like what? Okay, there's movies that don't have sequels but deserve sequels. What sequel would you want to see?
Well, recently there's that one movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Shoot, I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's not Shoot.
It's I saw it last year. It was great. It's like a dark Superman, like a kid growing up, and he's like,
Brightburn.
Brightburn, thank you. Yeah, Brightburn right now is one of those movies I'm like, it needs a sequel.
But that's supposed to be getting one. I hear that's supposed to be.
There's talks of it, but it hasn't been like 100% approved. It hasn't been pushed through.
Yeah, it hasn't been greenlit.
There's just only been talks of it, but like until it's like confirmed, like 100%, I think that movie for now, I will say, deserves at least a sequel. There's all kinds of cool ideas that they can go the route. I would even like to see them just write a comic book that takes place after what happens in the movie. It could be like it could take place like 5-10 years after the movie or something.
It's supposed to be it's supposed to be a whole universe and stuff that's supposed to be coming. That's what they said originally. For that,
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But what else? What would I like to see a sequel to? Dodgeball. Love to see a sequel to Dodgeball. What else? There's movies that I wish that they would do another sequel. Like at least do a trilogy.
That's what it was. Quantum Leap. That's the thing I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. The TV show.
Yeah. If he wanted to come back, would you want them to reboot it, or would you want them to
continue?
Just continue with him, with Scott Bakula.
That's a good question. I mean, I think the original series was so good that I think it would be nice to see a continuation, because I never finished the series, so I never watched the last episode. But from what I heard,
I watched it from the beginning all the way up to way up to.
From what I heard, he's still leaping. He never leaped home, So he's still.
But they left it open where it was open, where you think he leaped into heaven somehow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he kept on leaping back to the same, like the last 2 episodes, he kept leaping back to the same place, and he couldn't figure out why because supposedly, like, the rumor going around with the last episode, like if you watch the commentary part of it, they said the character is supposed to have leaped to heaven or something like that. He leaped to his death, or something, or not, something confusing, but he leaped it where he was meeting God at the same time. He was meeting the Big Bang Theory, or that's what it was. He leaped all the way back to the Big Bang Theory or something like that.
That's okay, what it was. The Big Bang, to the creation of
everything.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, I'll have to watch it before I can even really come up with any ideas of what they could do. Right. I mean, if that's, I don't know, if that's supposedly the definitive ending, then reboot it.
Right.
But if they think like, well, because how some shows, what they'll do is they'll say like, what do you call it? Some shows they'll say like, oh, ignore the finale, or ignore the last episode, and then kind of like continue where it left off at a certain point. Like they did that with Roseanne, like like when they killed off Dan Connor,
Dan, and now when they killed off Roseanne, and now Peggy Bundy is supposed to be his new love interest in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm running late, but I see you guys.
Yeah,
well, hurry up, man.
So yeah. Nah, he's all good. It's only 9 o'clock, so it's only 9:30. It's still early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, it's 9:30. We'll probably wrap up around
11. Big Trouble in Little China is getting a reboot from Dwayne. The Rock wants to do a reboot. So
well, we'll see, man, because The Rock he's constantly working and he's super busy.
Yeah.
So I don't know when he's gonna even fit time to make that, or even go through with it.
Because honestly, the older movie didn't get as much love as they needed to be successful.
Oh yeah, it's a cult hit. It's a cult hit. The original with Kurt Russell. I love it. It's a fun film.
You guys know I'm a big fanatic for it because
yeah.
So Yeah, because I grew up on it. Like I said, I grew up on that. I grew up on, old school '80s movies, pretty much. Like I watched. Oh, I watched the Conan, the Jason Momoa one.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, you still, man. It's on Amazon, and if you have, it's on Amazon or Hulu. If you have any of those,
I have it on Blu-ray.
Okay, yeah, watch it and tell me what you think, because honestly, I'm a little.
Oh, sure. It looks like one of those movies that a lot of people have mixed feelings on. I watched this today.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I don't think it's as good, as his other films.
Right.
This is more of a. I think the best way to describe it, it's
oh my, it's not even a reboot. It's really just him going, because after the heart attack he had, it was saying, hey, maybe I should do a retelling or and it's just everybody getting back together because he had the heart attack. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, there's so many cool things that Kevin Smith has kind of like realized, like so much of what he's doing now, it's really just like sort of like either a thank you or like a love letter to like his family, his daughter. Like his daughter has like changed the way he like does things and sees things. Like before he used to be upset, like when he did the movie with Seth Rogen, the I don't even remember the name of that movie. Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Right. When he did that movie, that movie bombed, and it bombed at the height of Seth Rogen's career. Like Seth Rogen, all the comedies that he was doing, they were all making over $100 million. So, right. Kevin kind of had this idea of like, oh, I got Seth Rogen, and I think this is a great story or a great script. I think this is some good work. So hopefully this movie's going to make $100 million, and it didn't. It bombed, and so he was so frustrated. He's like so angry, And then like after having his daughter, and after years passing by, now he's just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Like now, when I make a movie, when I make something, I just want to do it because I want to make it because it's fun. Like he's not going to overthink it now. He's not going to, like for the old school fans, well, actually just for Kevin Smith fans in general, they're always, I think, going to love what he's going to put out because they appreciate him.
Since we're bringing up Kevin Smith, what do you think of his comic writing?
Oh, I think it's good. He's he's definitely one of my favorite comic book writers.
Don't get me wrong, I like some of it, and then some of it, you know what I mean? Some of it's a little, you know what I mean? But that's everybody. That's everybody has.
Which of it is to you?
Yeah. What was it? I think it was his Green Arrow one, his Quiver one drove me nuts.
What? That's like his best work.
Was it that one? I don't remember which one. I don't exactly. Was it? I don't remember which one. I'm not sure if it was the Green Arrow one that like got me a little like this, but I think it was. I forgot which story he wrote that got me like, you know what I mean? It's like
you might need to go back and reread it. Maybe you have him confused with another writer.
Probably. Oh, not that. I read so much now. You remember in the past I didn't read as much. Now I'm reading so damn a lot of stuff. Good. It's like
that's good. What else do we have here?
We got
record Big Trouble. Who would Kevin Hart play?
Oh yeah. Oh,
he would play that floating creature with the weird eye. Like
nah, man, he would play the Asian character.
No, can't do that.
So, but who will we have cast as the Asian guy that's supposed to be the main lead of the movie? The Rock's not gonna give it to the Asian guy to be the main lead. He's gonna try to be the main lead.
Well, no, I mean he's gonna play as Kurt Russell's character.
But I'm joking around, but because don't forget the original movie, Kurt Russell wasn't the main lead of the movie. It was.
I agree.
It was the Asian guy that was the main lead. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it was almost like a dual lead.
Right.
The movie was focused on him, and Jack Burton kind of just appeared into the movie.
Right.
But I mean, who would
that thought he was he was the psychic that thought he was a guy.
Yeah. Gosh. So funny. Like, I'm looking at myself right now. I look frozen.
You are frozen. Yeah. You are. If you want to pop back in and pop in again, it's okay too, man.
It's up to you. No, we'll wait. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep waving my hands here and see if it corrects itself.
Yeah. It's not too bad. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, there's more and more like Asian characters that are going on.
Right.
There's more and more like Asian actors that are appearing.
So who would you? But who would you cast as the Asian lead, or it's supposed to be the lead? Supposed to be the lead. Gosh. I mean, Danny's too old. I would say Danny Yen, but he's a little too old for it now. I think.
Danny Yen?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, way too old. Way too old. He's got to be younger than The Rock. He's got to be somebody in his 30s.
Danny Yen as the Lo Pan. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to see him as a villain actor, but I don't think he'll play a villain.
Yeah, maybe the comedian. Ronnie Chang.
Oh yeah.
Maybe him. Maybe he's got the acting chops.
Yeah.
See here, the problem with Smith doing comics is when he doesn't finish DD Target, Spidey. I agree. It sounds like a lot of the Marvel books he doesn't finish. He finished his Green Arrow run. His Batman run, technically, it's so funny. Like the stories that he wrote for Batman are finished, but it's supposed to be like a trilogy. So like he wrote 2 miniseries. So now there's one more Batman miniseries that he needs to put out and finish. So that way the whole story arc is complete, I believe. Right. But yeah, he still has to work on that. He has written Hit Girl on Image.
That's what it was. Hit Girl felt a little funny to me.
Yeah,
that's the one that I thought it was a little funky of his writing.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read all of it, so I can't say for sure.
It doesn't help
the art on it, I don't think it's the best art, but it's not bad.
It jumped from Mark Millar, you know what I mean? It jumped from Mark Millar, then it jumped to Kevin Smith. Now it's somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
Actually, it didn't jump from Mark Millar. Like Mark Millar did the Hit Girl miniseries, the Hit Girl ongoing series. I want to say like Jeff Lemire or.
Yeah, Lemire did it for a little while. Yeah, I think Lemire did it for a little while, and then it jumped to Kevin Smith. Now it's jumped to a lady that's writing it, I think.
Oh, William brought up a good one. What about the actor from Walking Dead who played Glenn? Yeah, he would be good. Yeah. He would definitely be good. Yeah. I don't know why I forgot about him.
No, yeah. He would be. But who would take James Haan's place? Would you want James Hahn to be Lo Pan again?
No. Who would be the?
Yeah, but play the older version of him. Play the one in the wheelchair. I think he'll be okay. But and then if
you can get
but the Lo Pan character, like the one that he's the character part of him, he could still be the old man in the wheelchair. But
who's the Asian actor who played in the Star Trek movies, the new ones?
Which one? The Danny Yen was in it. Danny was in it. Danny Yen was in the new one. IP Man was in one of the blind guy.
I said Star Trek, not Star Wars.
The Korean actor. It's what the hell is his name? The one that played Harold from Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, Jeff something.
No, it's not Jeff something. It's what the hell is it? I can't. Damn it, I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But that'd be kind of interesting to see who they would cast as all the Asian leads, and they're all Cantonese, so I'm wondering if they're gonna cast like Koreans in the role, But I wouldn't care. But I'm just saying, certain Asian people are watching the movie are gonna care. You know what I mean? They're gonna go, hey, that's the
Randall Park.
Yeah.
Man.
That wouldn't be
he's pretty funny.
But that why he wouldn't be a bad idea? Because he actually went to school to James Haan's School of Acting. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's done it. BD Wong's done it. Like BD Wong's been in his acting classes, like Randall Park, BD Wong, Yeah, those are a couple of them that have been in his acting classes.
That's
yeah, BD Wong wouldn't be a bad one.
He could. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just picture Randall Park would do a better job. Like I picture somebody with a comedy background.
But you know what I mean? It's a handful of Asian actors that we can think of. You know what I mean? But you know, any other actors, it's a different story. Oh yeah, there's all kind. You know, Asian actor wise, it's only a handful.
Well, I mean, that goes to show you, like, you know, well, I mean, a lot of Asian films are done in Asia, you know, so like you can get a lot of those Asian actors, but unfortunately, a lot of them don't speak English, and then if they do speak English, they speak broken English.
But so, they speak it, but the only issue is because one thing is Danny's are more American born, but he went back to Hong Kong for his film career. So Danny's an exception. There's a couple of them that are exceptions that are actually American born, but they went back over there for their career to boost their career up.
Oh yeah. I mean, one of my favorite Chinese actors is oh shit, what's his name? He was in Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh yeah. I know. He would make a good Lo Pan. Yeah, he can actually speak English.
He can, but I think the same thing. Like the same problem is his English is very broken.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, I've actually heard him speak it, so it's not. It's actually not.
I don't know, man. Like it doesn't flow. Like like how you and I are having a conversation.
Right. Yeah, but it'd be kind of interesting. We can always dub them anyways.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because don't forget if you listen to Lo Pan talk, I think Lo Pan's his English wasn't broken actually. Was it? I don't remember.
No, he definitely had an accent, but like his English wasn't broken. Like he was able to speak.
Yeah, but he's
like what was the name of Kurt Russell's Jack Burton? He's Jack like, Burton, Mr. Burton, it's so nice to see you. Hello. You know, like, you know, it still flows, but there's an accent in him.
Look, what William Terrell says.
Only one person can take over the role, Jeff. You. Oh yeah, you, Jeff.
Yeah.
I can see it right now. Like, coming to theaters. Big Trouble in Little China. And then all of a sudden, Jack Burton's like, you know, hey, who is this Lo Pan? It's like, hey, it's your boy, Lo Pan, here at the Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, but it'd be a lot better than that, man.
I really hope to get this girl with green eyes. I don't know. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, I would, like I said, I've always wanted to do parodies on this channel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I've always wanted to do because I've looked at other people doing parodies, and I'm like, I could do some parodies, like superhero parodies, like a Superman parody with Wonder Woman, or I've always wanted to do stuff like that. I've always wanted to do like little parodies here and there, you know what I mean? Like little short films. I've always wanted to do that. It's just I didn't have the ambition and I didn't have the drive at the time. But now it's like
you'd be like Asian Lex Luthor, you know, you'd be like, hey, Superman, it's your boy, Lex Luthor. You know, I got some kryptonite here for you.
Yeah. Or what was it? Like I saw a couple of the funny parodies, like there's a guy that I really like, and I think he's a really interesting guy, Charlie Classic. Like he does some funny stuff, you know what I mean? He works.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. He's like tattoos and
yeah. I think you know what I mean? I think some of his ideas are really cool ideas and interesting ideas. It's just but I have, you know what I mean? I've always wanted to do like a Vampirella parody. That would be funny. You guys nobody's seen it, so that'd be funny. You know what I mean? Like something, you know, something different. I want to do parodies, but like what's certain like not lesser known characters, you know, like Booster Gold and if Blue Beetle meet freaking Vampirella or something like that. You know what would they do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do parodies, what it should be is it should be you interacting with the characters, like you playing yourself, and then getting friends who can like cosplay and act as the character.
But that's
like,
what I want.
It's almost like team ups, right? You know, when they do Brave and the Bold or, you know, Marvel team ups, You know, so it's like, you know, Jeff teams up with, you know,
yeah.
And they could be just, you know, I think the running joke for every team up is you talking to the superheroes and be like, "Hey, are you guys familiar with Vampirella?" You know, and it's you talking Vampirella to like Blue Beetle or Booster Gold, and you know, and they're just
like me and them talking about it, and then her showing up. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of interesting. But that's like I've always wanted to do parodies. I've always wanted to do like short film type stuff. It's just because I wasn't sure if if I was gonna be good at it, and I was scared to do it. But now I'm doing this. I'm not worried about it. You know?
Oh, you can have a girl dress up as like Lois Lane, and she's like, I have to do this report. I have to do this story. Like, where's Jimmy at? Where's that photographer at? And then you show me. He's like, oh, you have a camera, and you're like, oh, sorry, Jimmy's not coming, but your boy Jeff is here. You know, Jeff, you're ready to take some pictures. You know.
That'd be funny. That'd be kind of like you're laughing at it, but
and then she's like, look at that monster there, and you're like, hold on a second, and you're like taking pictures of like the hot girls.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, and like, Jeff, what are you doing? He's like, that girl's really pretty. I think she could play Vampirella. You know, like
that'd be funny. I mean, it's a parody. But the only problem is I have to learn how to edit stuff. That's my issue.
Yeah,
I can't.
Editing. Oh man, editing is just very time consuming. It's very. I remember when I was editing videos for my YouTube channel a long time ago. Spent so much time on that, you know, and it's one, you need the software, but more importantly, you need to know how to use the software, because if you know how to use the software, then you'll be able to edit with no problem. And then technically editing shouldn't take as long, depending on how much footage and how much you're trying to put into it. But like, if you're trying to edit and you don't know how to use the software, so you're trying to learn how to do the software and do editing at the same time, it will take hours upon hours upon hours for like a 5-10 minute video, you know? And it's like, it's ridiculous, you know, it's ridiculous. But you know, I mean, that's why they have YouTube. I suppose people can go on YouTube and they can watch like videos like how to learn to use the editing software, how to do this, how to do that, you know. And it's just like repetition. Like the more you do it, if you do it every day, then the better you get at it, the faster you get at it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in my room. I don't feel like going to the room. I'm lazy, so I see my beautiful face. Unfortunately, I will for the next one. There's a way you can rig I have an old iPhone, so I can rig the old iPhone onto my computer. Where I can use the camera. So I'm gonna do that next week. I like my room. I like being in my room, being on the computer. I don't like being in the computer room, being on the computer, because I don't like that computer. My computer is like, you know, a high-end graphics processor, all that crap. The other computer doesn't. It's it. But it's got the monitor. It's got the monitor with the camera. This one doesn't have the monitor with the camera.
I mean, it's cool. I don't have a problem with it. It's just let you know, heads up. You sound like a horrible robotic villain in Star Wars.
Randall, I am your uncle's brother's cousin.
What does that make sense? Absolutely nothing.
Let me hold on. I think because I was messing around at the audio, I gotta switch up the. Hold on. Here you go.
It just sounds like you're gargling.
You hear me now?
Like you got you're gargling balls in your mouth.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're a little better.
All right. That one should. Let's see. Maybe this one will work. Hold on. If I go to that one, and then okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
it's about the same.
But no, it's a little better than earlier. Earlier you were really, it was really bad. But right now you're a lot better.
All right. So
I'm guessing Tim fell asleep again.
That's okay. He needs his rest.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what happens when you work a lot. I know that feeling, you know?
Yeah. I know that feeling too. I slept all weekend.
Right.
me. Let's see if I. No. No.
Put headphones in. That might be better.
Let me. Well, because I got headset on, but I was one. Maybe if I do the. Hold on. Let me switch up here. Hold up. If I put in this instead. Hold up.
Well, whatever you're doing now, it sounds a lot better than earlier.
Does it? Is it better?
Yeah. A little bit.
See, I trust Jeff more. Jeff more. Randall's got a crappy computer. It's the 1960s.
I do have a crappy computer.
It's a giant, like, it's a giant. See, because you don't see what's Randall's side that you're not seeing is this. It covers the wall, and it has all these big giant lights. You know, it's got a small screen.
Hey, it's okay. At least I have a working camera.
That's because you bought the camera, and then you had a Jerry right there. You have to splice wires, you know.
Right.
Yeah, he froze him earlier, so don't feel so bad. Earlier, his whole computer had to reboot. So
it's okay. At least I don't sound like a washing machine that has cancer.
Look at that. Insulting people. How low will Randall go? How low will he go? That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
What? Washing machine doesn't have a soul.
Oh, shit. Hold on 1 second.
A washing machine is just like a transformer, like Optimus Prime when he died. No soul.
You still had the AllSpark, man. The AllSpark counts as a soul, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like they did. When did they confirm the AllSpark? Was that during Beast Wars?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better? Is it?
Huh?
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even paying attention to Randall. Because he thinks being in the middle of the theater is the best picture quality, even though the theater is designed to see it the same no matter you sit.
All right. I mean, like,
he's the
video's done. You go back and you watch it and you hear yourself, and you'll be like, "Damn it!"
These engineers.
Honestly, if you listen from when you first popped in to now, it's a lot better from when you first popped in. So it's a lot better than.
I think Jeff's on drugs.
These engineers designed the theater so that wherever you sit, it's all the same. But Randall feels if you sit in the middle, all the way in the back, it is better than every other seat. And
that sounds like a lie from white men. Like you believe in the lies of white men.
Just spit in the face of engineering, and believing that the seat in the far back is the perfect.
Those greedy capitalistic white men engineers, yeah.
Oh, Randall's gonna get asked online, and he's gonna be off the social media.
I'm just joking. Nobody should be getting butt hurt.
You
never know, man. You never know.
It's like Chris Rock. Chris Rock's like, white people. Why are you so sad?
Hey, don't go anywhere. Keep talking. I'm going to switch to these wired headphones.
Okay.
That if it's better. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, like I was saying, man, it was like I'm gonna try to do the next thing I'm gonna try to do is parodies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna have to invest in.
I would love it. I would love it down the road. Hopefully, business picks up. Hopefully, I'm able to make money.
You have to sell yourself on. If you're gonna do this online thing, Instagram, your own website. You know what I mean? YouTube. Saying, hey, this is blank variant corner, Randall's blank variant corner,
That's part of the reason why, quitting the second job, having the extra days off, that's part of the goal is there's so many other things I have to take care of first, but once those things are taken care of and I literally have a clean slate of free time, then I can use that free time to really focus and invest and push.
Joking around, the free time you have, you could use towards instead of watching all these movies, you could use towards.
Sure, I could do that, and then I will be so exhausted and tired and hate my life that I'll kill myself.
I know that, but I'm saying you could at least do some, a little bit at a time, not like all the time.
The thing is like when you do some of this stuff, you don't want to half-ass it, because if you half-ass it, what's going to happen is you're going to have customers that see that, you know, like, oh, well, this guy like does a crappy job, you know. So like if you're going to do a good job, if you're going to really invest and put a lot of work into it, you know, quality, you know, you got to make sure you follow through and you do it right. You know, if you kind of like half-ass it, if people start asking you for stuff, and then you're like, yeah, you know, I'll work on that tonight, and then you don't end up working on it that night, or you only, you know, like it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe, you know, like there's so many factors involved. Like if you have your own store, you have space, you have, you know, you can organize, you can have people come over and help you, you know. When you're doing things from home, it's a lot more difficult because you're limited to space at home, and not to mention, like, you know, family, you know, family will say, you know, family at any given moment can interrupt you in the middle of work or in the work of working on something. You know, they can say, hey, can you help me with this? Or, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? You know, so when that happens, that takes you away from what you were originally working on. And then it's probably twice as much work to work your way back to doing. I mean, so many factors involved when you do work. You need to have the strength, you got to have the energy, you got to have focus, you know, and then more importantly, you also have to have the time to do it, you know. So like I could have 2 hours to work on something, but if I have like no energy, if I have no focus, I end up like something that probably takes 30 minutes to do will take me 2 hours to do, because I'm just dragging. I'm tired. I'm like, ugh.
Right. Did you watch the new Sonic movie?
No. I do want to see it, but you know, I don't have the money. Yeah, I'm happy that I had enough money to go see Birds of Prey. Right. Anything comic book related, I want to go out and I want to support it. I know technically, it's, you know, Sonic has comic books, but I think it was a video game first before it was a comic book.
It was a video game.
I don't really count it as a comic book film.
Well, I mean, a lot of the video game films don't do well. You know that, right? Like Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and this one is actually doing well.
Yeah, because a lot of them don't do well.
Part of the reason some of the video games movies don't do well is because the movies just aren't that good.
Yeah, and then it should have been better scripts. Like
absolutely.
What was it, like Tekken? Tekken was they did a Tekken movie. I remember that.
There's some fun parts about that movie. There's some fun parts about that movie. It's a little over the top. Either some movies are too campy. Like,
well, if you think about it, if you watch the game, if you played the game's a little over the top too, anyways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, you know, like the first Mortal Kombat movie, I enjoyed. I enjoy the fighting in Mortal Kombat 2.
Right.
And I like some of the character designs, but like the acting, the directing, the story itself wasn't its best. But they were working with a low. See, traditionally back in the day, if you made a movie and the movie was a big hit and you did a sequel, the sequel a lot of times would have either a lower budget or half the budget of what the original film had.
But that doesn't make no sense, because it should be, you know, back then it should have been the second movie. The reason they did that was
because statistically sequels never did better than the first movie.
Okay.
So they're like, why are we going to invest more money in a movie that's going to make less money than the first movie? So if they make a sequel, they're like, well, we're going to have to give it this much of a budget. You know, but like it wasn't until like, you know, people like James Cameron, you know, came around, the king of sequels. You know, this guy would turn around and be like, no, I need this, I need that. Like he stuck to his guns. If he told like, you know, that it was either that or they did give him a lower budget, but he managed to give big quality within the budget that he was given. You know, there are some directors that do that. Like the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie had a much smaller budget compared to the other films, I think. And like the directors that did that last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, they were able to, you know, do a lot with that film with the money that they had, because they were very innovative. They knew how to, you know, they knew how to make what they needed to make with whatever budget that they were given and keep the quality like high caliber, you know. Let's see what Williams got. I haven't been able to see a movie in 2 weeks until I get rid of this cough. But yeah, dude, I hope you get rid of that cough, man. Like get some rest and like really take care of yourself. And
yeah.
Rocky 2 may have had an effect on how people viewed sequels. Yeah, that's one of those movies where.
Yeah.
Well, here's the interesting thing about Rocky. So the first Rocky film, like that won an Oscar.
Yeah.
I forgot what it won an Oscar for, like Best Director maybe, Best Screenplay. No, I
think
even
the Joker even won Best Actor. You know what I mean? The Joker movie won him a Best Actor.
Well, so I mean, that movie was made specifically to win awards.
Right.
You know, and Rocky, you know, like I love the Rocky films. I love what Sylvester Stallone did. Rocky is what put Sylvester Stallone on the map. Here, like Sylvester Stallone was like, I don't know, in his mid-30s, you know, early 30s, mid-30s when he did Rocky, you know, and the people loved his script, and they were like, you know, yeah, we want to buy the script, we want to make the movie. We don't want you to be in the movie. We don't want you to be the actor. We have some other actors we want to do, and he refused to sell the script. He's like, the only way you're going to buy this movie, the only way you're going to buy this script is if I'm playing Rocky. And so finally, some producers and the, you know, company basically agreed to it. They're like, okay, fine. And so he ended up playing Rocky, and then boom, yeah, his career was huge, man. It's huge. Yeah. And then Rocky. What's funny was like Rocky was one of those movies, like it probably would have been the perfect film had they not made sequels, you know. Right. But I mean, like the sequels, you know, like Rocky 2 maybe, you know, is almost the same quality as the first one, maybe. Right. But to me, I don't.
One out of all of them was Rocky 5, the one when the street fight with the young kid. Yeah. That was the worst one.
It was.
But if you think about sequel wise, I would think Creed would be better sequels to the original Rocky than.
Yeah, I feel bad. I still haven't seen Creed. I need to see Creed and Creed 2.
Yeah, you need to see them both. I actually like them both. And yeah, I honestly treat those two like the actual. I mean, if you think about it, they're the actual sequels compared to what they were. You know, I mean, 1, 2, and 3. You know, I compare, and then. After that, I would say Creed and Creed 2 would be right in between them. So.
Well, no, you can't have Creed and Creed 2 without Rocky 4.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah,
you know, you need Rocky 4. You know, and to me, out of all the movies, Rocky 4 is my favorite. It's just my favorite. You know, like the tension between the international America versus Russia, and you know, like seeing like Rocky basically like. He doesn't want to compete anymore. He doesn't want to box anymore. But then, like, his good friend Apollo Creed gets killed. And so now to kind of, like, you know, avenge his friend, so to speak, he's like, I need to get in the ring and I need to beat this guy. I need to show this guy that he's not the best, you know? Right. And of course, you know, ultimately Rocky paid a price for it, you know, like with the brain damage and his health and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I mean, just, I love Rocky 4.
All right, Marco.
Robot Marco? Robot voices? Marco D2? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
I can hear typing, but I don't.
I don't even think that's typing. I think he's Morse code. I think he's
typing. Hear?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Better. Yeah, a lot better.
I don't know why. Hold on.
Wait. Keep talking some more, because Jeff just keeps saying better all the time. Like somebody could be bleeding out. Like, what do you think, Jeff? Do I look better? Like, yeah, man, you look better. You look good. You look good.
All right. So I'm not gonna. I'm leaving it on this. I will.
No, you sound good.
Yeah, you're good now. So
I will have the visual and proper mic setup next week for my room.
You're good.
But not today. I don't care.
Yeah, you're good.
It's cool, man. No worries.
We were just talking about big two, like the big two. Like if you wanted to see movies from not the big two, what movies would you want to see? That's all. That's one of the questions. One of the topics we brought up.
I'd like to see another Ninja Turtles movie, but where like I want to see a Ninja Turtles movie, where it's like the original first like 4 issues where they're all like violent.
Yeah.
And
R-rated. You want an R-rated Turtles movie?
Maybe not R-rated, but push the limits of PG-13.
Okay.
And I'd love to see that. I mean, I would pull a Sin City, Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller, and I would just team up with Kevin Eastman and use the original comics as storyboards.
Yeah.
And just make that movie.
Would it be live action or animated?
At live action, black and white. Like just pull Sin City, live action, black and white.
Okay.
Shoot it the same way. Ninja Turtles, $30 million. It'd probably make no money, but it'd be an awesome movie.
Get like guys like Danny DeVito voicing one of the turtles.
Yeah.
I'm Raphael.
I think the Joker movie. I don't think they should do a sequel.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. But the Hollywood executive in me would be like, "Hey, we have an opportunity to make a lot more money." So yes.
What is Joker sequel going to be? The Rise of Murder
Man? Let's see here. What could the sequel be? I mean, the kid becoming Batman and then facing each other.
Because honestly, he didn't rise as a Joker until the end of the movie, so it could say. I mean, honestly, the second one could be the rise of the Joker. You know what I mean? It could be, but
it's that, or maybe criminals are taking over the city, and then the Joker's just like, you know what? These are bad people too. I'm going to kill them. You know.
So it's gonna be he's gonna be an anti-hero then. That's not what the Joker is.
I mean, he can still kill good people, you know. Whoever gets the play, you know.
Or is it gonna be Joker 2, The Rise of Harley Quinn?
Yeah, they could do Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Trying to think here. Yeah, like,
honestly, it would be kind of weird to throw Margot Robbie in it. You know, that'd be funny. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, in the beginning of the Joker film, he just wanted to be healthy. You know, it was all about healthcare. So what if it was like the Joker just going after healthcare, just going after like greedy corporations? Like, I could have been a good person, but because of you, now I'm crazy and bad. You know? And
just send the Joker to Canada.
Well, he's probably gonna have in the sequel the proper Joker makeup.
Yeah,
well,
that would be nice.
And then my thing is like, I don't want to see the Batman of that world, because that's not a pretty world.
Yeah.
Like you can't show me a Batman trained to be a hero, because like that's not a world that I can see a hero coming out of. Everyone in that world, and I have yet to see the movie, but I don't care if you saw it because I've already read enough spoilers. But everyone in the world seems to be one gigantic asshole.
Pretty much. It's just.
I mean, it has a gritty look. You know, it just has a gritty look.
The movie feels like a big. What is a big incel movie? That's what some people are saying. It's like a big incel.
Yeah, I mean, basically the movie just looks like it's like people have fallen on hard times. Things are rough. Things are bad. No one's happy, you know. And so it's like it's about like how bad can it get before somebody like loses their mind? Before how bad does it get before somebody finally just says enough? You know.
Yeah. Snap.
So like, and then like the Joker, because he's got the mental health issues and problems, he reaches that breaking point. Like, hey, I'm not getting the help that I need. So now I'm just going to let it all out. I'm going to attack. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
I think if you had made the black dude, right? And then in the sequel, Batman appeared. He's a rich guy trying to take down crime. You got the black Joker, who was like fighting for the small guy in the first film. Yeah. Who's then going against the rich guy, teched out. Like, would be a cool twist. Like, right. The black dude. So then you like in these movies, in a way, Joker is kind of like the hero, like Bill said. Like, right. Because the Joker is fighting the system. So if you have Batman as a weapon of the system, then that would have made it a lot better. But like, I mean, old white dude, Joaquin Phoenix looks like 20 years older with the weight down and looks all haggard. So if you got old man white dude Joker fighting Batman, I'm like, this fight shouldn't be long because this guy, like, Batman should just like snap his hand and then he's done.
Unless you make Batman more like the Batman from Geoff Johns' Earth One, where he can get hurt and he makes mistakes and he messes up. Like in reality, like let's say Batman jumped off of the roof.
I hope there's another issue, another volume of it.
But like let's say Batman like jumped off a roof and he did a bad jump. Like he's not gonna make it, and he ends up falling. And then like he gets to the point where like when he lands and he falls, he's hurt his leg. I think an old man Joker fighting a Batman with a broken leg has a good chance at winning the fight because Batman's injured.
Didn't his Batman in the first volume use a gun at one point, or volume 2?
Yeah.
Volume 1?
I don't think so.
Yeah, volume 1. Yeah, volume 1. He tried to use a gun or something like that. Yeah.
He had a grapple gun. He had some type of, but like I don't think he actually used a regular gun.
No, he tried to use the gun. Then he tossed the gun, and then Alfred used the shotgun at the end of the book and shot Pennyworth. That's what happened. And he shot Pennyworth, or he shot Penguin. My bad.
Pennyworth
shot Penguin. Yeah.
And Alfred is fucking awesome in that Earth One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for another volume, man. I'm honestly hoping for another volume 3, man. Because
I'm sure there will be. I mean,
Gary introduced.
Gary Frank's been busy with.
But what I'm mad about is they introduced Catwoman at the end of volume 2, and volume 3 is supposed to be the Catwoman story. Catwoman and him story is the volume 3. So I've been waiting for. When was the volume 2 came out? Like a couple of years ago, right? Like 2, 3 years
ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a volume 4 Superman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the question is who would write it? Would Straczynski come back?
No, he's off with that other company.
Yeah.
I'm fine. It doesn't have to be the same. Like you can just go to a writer and say, hey, 3 volumes. Here you go. And then the next writer, hey, 3 volumes. Here you go. Yeah. I like that better. At least that's consistent. You know what I mean?
You know what? Let's get Jeff Loeb and Joe Mad to do a Superman Earth One.
That'll never come out. It'll take like 5 years.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman Volume 2 Earth 1 didn't take as long as Volume 1. Volume 1 took forever.
I'm still waiting for the Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Aquaman one. Yeah.
The Flash.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do a Volume 3 of Teen Titans.
You don't think so?
I mean, when did Volume 2 come out? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Did Jeff Lemire write them both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, I don't think that there's one coming out. I mean, here's the thing with the Earth One. Like, it was so awesome and because it was like, these are just original graphic novels. Yeah. No issues, no nothing. Comic book store, go to the bookstore. And I remember the sales numbers were crazy. And it was like, man, this is a game changer. Like, if you don't want to do monthlies, you can graphic novels. If you don't want to, if you want to do both, you can do both. It's 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just slowly fell apart. Like, there's a Volume 2 Green Lantern coming, but it took forever for like a Green Lantern to come out. Aquaman still hasn't come out. Flash hasn't come out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you mentioned it now. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, there's I have the Volume 1 of the Green Lantern one. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible, but Volume 2 hasn't came yet, and that's gonna take forever.
Like that Earth on Superman, that's what that movie that Zack Snyder did should have been. Like, fuck Zod. That villain that fights in the Earth One graphic novel, that was them. Like, honestly, that's the easiest right there. Just adapt that for a movie. That's what they should have done. Right. Like, that would have been a banging movie. Would have made a shitload You know,
it still made a shitload of money if you think about it.
Well, yeah, they had all that product placement. It's like, oh look, there's Denny's.
Yeah.
Earth One was so good, and you know, I don't know, it sputtered.
Yeah, but it should have sputtered because I think it made decent money. Honestly, it made decent money. I think they made them decent money, but I'm surprised that they let it sputter because that was actually decent.
No, they did really good with the Earth One books. They're but the problem is there's no consistency, you know.
Mm.
And also, I think their big mistake was if you read Teen Titans Earth One, does that take place on the same Earth as the rest?
Right.
Like I don't like does Batman. I mean, technically, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman are also supposed to be on the same Earth, but like I don't think they've mentioned each other.
Nope, and none of them because there was supposed to be a Justice League Earth 1 too.
And then like the Teen Titans, it's Teen Titans Earth 1, but I haven't heard any of the Teen Titans mention any other superheroes. So I'm like, if it's called Earth 1, they got to exist on the same Earth. They can't exist on another Earth.
Right. So, but that they were trying to do one and done volumes. You know what I mean? The one and done. You know what I mean? That's what they were trying to do.
I mean, I think that's awesome. It's like novels. It's like, you know, they used to make a lot of superhero comic book novels, especially more for kids. Right. I think it's a great idea. But you know, expand it. You know, you like Shazam Earth 1. That would be awesome.
Right. That's supposed to be a lot of that stuff is supposed to be coming. So I think I think the Shazam comic was originally supposed to be Shazam Earth 1, the comic that came out originally with Jeff Johns on it, because originally it was supposed to be an Earth 1 Shazam.
Like the backup comic that was in Justice League.
Yeah. I think maybe. No, not that one. The newer the other one after the movie came out. They had a.
This one that just came out.
Yeah. That originally was supposed to be what I heard. The rumor was that was supposed to be Earth 1 Shazam stuff. That was yeah. That was a rumor, but I'm not sure was it true or not. But
let me show off people. If you're a fan of Val Kilmer and Tombstone.
Didn't you show that off last week?
Huh?
No, he didn't have that last week, and he actually has something else besides boxes behind him. You see it?
Oh yeah, I mean the giant Superman.
Mm-hmm. And that thing. By the way, Marco, that thing blows him out because anytime when he opens that light, it blows everything out of the whole room.
Everything's dark, and then it's so bright that you can't even really see.
You can't even see him.
No one wants to see your hideous features. I found the Superboy poster I give you on Tuesday, the one that Dino gave me a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I kept forgetting to give it to you. It's the old Superboy TV poster that they gave comic book stores back in the early '90s to put up.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's when they did the Superboy TV comic adaptation based on the show. And it was like the advertisement comic book stores to put it up, you know, to advertise. Yeah, I got that. So I got to give that to you on Tuesday.
Sweet, thanks, man.
So
I got that, and then I got to open this bad boy up. This is the Avengers Endgame, the Iron Man Mark 85. The cool thing I like is I think this is the reason why I got it. He's got the
finger snap
gauntlet. He's got it. I mean, if you take a closer look, it doesn't look great, but I still think it's cool that you can interchange the hands. You can see the different hands, like right here.
All I know is it's not a DC action figure, so I don't care.
Yeah. I still need to get me one of the top McFarlane toys.
Oh, dude, those McFarlane toys are a double-edged sword. They're cool. And then they're kind of like, I saw the Batmobile. It's 3 chunky pieces you just connect together, and it's like, yay, build the Batmobile. It's the laziest build-a-figure ever.
Yeah. Well, think about who's built. Think about who's creating them. McFarlane is so. Yeah.
It is literally the laziest. Like, and they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but like the Build-A-Figure option is like very, very lazy. Come on, Todd, you can do better than that. You're Toddy Mac, McFarlane Toys. Be so lazy.
He just wanted the contract, anyways, man. Honestly, he just wanted that contract because him and Lee are friend. You know what I mean? Good friends. So that's the only main reason.
He's gonna make good money.
He's swimming in all that Fortnite toy money. He doesn't care. He's like, who cares if these DC figures are good or not? I got Fortnite toy money.
Yeah, but not only that, but as long as Lee is sitting in the seat he is, McFarlane's gonna keep that. Honestly, he's gonna keep that contract. There's no way that the contract's going anywhere. You know what I mean?
I want to see it. I want to see a Batman Spawn 2-pack.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I mean, I hope down the road this leads to McFarlane telling DC like, hey, I've been doing the DC figures through McFarlane Toys, so he's like, we're cool. Like, I guess I'll work on some DC comics. I'll do some covers, dude. Like, I mean, can you imagine a McFarlane? So you got the sequel to Dark Knight's Metal. They're doing Dark Knight's Death Metal. Like, how cool would it be if they're like, hey, look at that, a 1 in 200 variant of a Todd McFarlane drawing, like
Batman,
the Batman Who Laughs. Like. People would be like, oh man, all the speculators, all the fans, they'd be like foaming at the mouth for that. Like, I got to get that book.
Why are you wishing such horribleness on us? We can't. we can't afford to get 1 in 200. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing here, Randall? You're putting out that into the universe and watch.
First off, 1 in 200, I think is generous because they could easily be like, 1 in 500.
It's still like a $3 and some change comic. That's $600 you got to spend just to get Toddy Mac cover. I mean, that's Randall. Say 1 in 50.
Yeah. Oh, please! I would love 1 in 50, but it's McFarlane, man.
It's gonna be a 1 in 10, man. He's done 1 in 10s before.
Yeah, for his own books.
Yeah.
For Spawn.
So, which, don't forget him and me are friends.
So. You know they need to do? Oh my God, Todd McFarlane drawing it, right?
Oh wait, your voice went back now.
Todd McFarlane drawing it. Greg Capullo inking it.
Oh yeah.
Ready? Scott Snyder writing it. Are you guys ready? Spawn versus Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, that'd be kind of neat. That'd be kind of cool to see that.
That would be huge.
Or the Spawn Who Laughs.
Oh,
literally, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and Todd McFarlane team up to bring you Spawn versus Batman Who Laughs. Instantly, 200,000 copies.
It's funny. I've never actually read the Spawn Batman crossover. I need to read those.
Oh, okay, cool. So now do me a favor and get off the channel and go away. I've never read them. There's 2. It's Spawn versus Batman, Batman versus Spawn.
Right.
I've actually read it. I actually skimmed them. I've actually read them, and I read one. I don't remember if I read the second one. I know I read one of them before.
You know what they need to do? They need to make more crossovers. God bless DC doing crossovers with all the different publishers out there. Like when you get Batman,
Power Rangers and the Turtles are actually surprisingly good.
Yeah,
the Power Rangers and the Turtles are good.
I forgot superhero reviews. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
He said what up to us. I forgot to.
I felt rude. Yeah.
Not saying it back then.
Yeah. Like, who else could have the Turtles ever teamed up with Hellboy?
No. That'd be kind of interesting.
Wait.
Turtles and Conan.
Yeah. Let me see if Turtles have teamed up with Hellboy. Hold on. I know they teamed up with Savage Dragon.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Well, what would be fun is Turtles and Conan. Ninja Turtles and Conan would be kind of weird.
Actually, now that The Walking Dead is over, couldn't they just do like for fun, like Walking Dead crossing over with like all the different like because the series is over, so who cares, right? Like you just have like the characters, like an alternate universe Walking Dead, like teaming up with other. Like I wonder like how horrible those would be, but like how many fans and people would be like, I have to check this out,
If Kirkman told Marvel to go F themselves, when they said, "Hey, we'll do a Marvel Walking Dead crossover," I don't think he's going to anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, but that was like a long time ago. Like Kirkman's.
It was the Marvel Zombies Walking Dead crossover.
Speaking of which, Robert Kirkman does make an appearance in this movie.
Oh yeah, I already. When you finally watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. It's so good. I love it.
Jeff, you haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, because everybody, the main reason they put Kevin's daughter in it was because everybody kept telling Kevin, I think Jay's her dad. That's why the big joke is that's why she's in the movie in the first place.
Because she's got the blonde hair,
as Jay's kid.
Yeah,
that's the only reason in there as Jay's kid.
Jay's actual kid is in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's the little girl who plays Ben Affleck's daughter.
Yeah. I love the nod to the Chasing Amy. That was great.
It was a little mini-quel right there in the film.
Yeah, and it's like I love how like that scene to me was probably the best scene of the entire film. They made sure that Ben had like some good lines. Like they had some good like closure with the characters a little bit. Like to see like things are going good for them. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that part. I was like, it warmed my heart to see like Ben there. And then of course, like when they are talking to Ben's character, Ben's like, first off, good to see you guys. It's been a long time, and then he goes, my heart, and I'm just like, yay, like, I've always liked that friendship. And then I love that, I think in one of the, maybe it was in the outtakes, or it was at the end when they were showing the credits. But I loved it when Ben was like, Affleck was the bomb as Batman. And they're like, hey,
yeah, you are.
Since you mentioned it, did you guys see the little snippet of him in the Batman outfit? Twilight guy in the Batman outfit.
Yes.
There's actually a video.
Yeah.
Clip where it's basically from the chest up. The bat symbol are actually knives that he can throw. Did you notice that?
So that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah. So the bat symbol, they can come off the blades that he can toss. That's badass.
That would actually make sense.
Like that is awesome.
But that makes sense. I mean, honestly, that does.
Look at Randall. Look at Randall. Randall's like, I don't want my Batman to have awesome tech.
No, I think it's just overhyped. Like, how cool is it that he could take stuff off of his chest use it as weapons?
It's genius. Nobody's gonna think.
It makes the symbol actually can do something.
Besides being a symbol on the chest. The whole point of the symbol, anyways, originally, especially when you had the Michael Keaton Batman, like they explained, like the whole yellow, it was to give a target so that they would shoot at, and it was body armor, so he knew that if they were shooting at the target, he would be okay. Like he wouldn't worry about like the bullet going to the head or like or anything like that.
Yeah, but nowadays they have tech so that if you get shot in the head, I mean, it's still not safe, but Batman lives in a world that he can have a bulletproof headpiece.
Yeah.
So
I think I don't know how heavy the reviews are for the Batsuit. I want to say it's leaning towards positive. But I did see a lot of negativity towards it. Like people were making fun of it, saying that the video kind of was like, oh, it's Daredevil because of the whole red tint.
There has been negativity for every single Batsuit reveal that's ever.
No, I think when Ben Affleck, when people saw him in the suit, I didn't hear negativity.
Oh, please!
I didn't.
I was literally, dude. when they announced Ben Affleck as Batman, I remember the negativity because I was
when they announced him as Batman. Yes, I heard of the negativity, but when they revealed him in the bat suit, I think everyone was like on board. Everyone was like,
no.
"Damn, he looks big. He looks jacked. He looks awesome."
That's what people they were like, "Look at this chunky Affleck in the bat suit."
I don't know. You're probably getting all the negativity from Gene.
No, man. There is literally plenty of negative. I can remember when I was a kid and the teaser trailer came out for Batman and people were bitching about the bat suit. He can't even move his neck.
Honestly, you wouldn't want the neck to be moving, honestly, because then he would get shot in the neck.
They've always, and that was 1989. I was 8 years old when that movie came out, and people were bitching about the bat suit. They always bitch.
I don't know. I don't remember anyone bitching about the bat suit. I remember they were bitching about Michael.
You were 6 years old. What do you know? You were 5. You were 5.
If you look back at the history, man, they bitched at every bat suit that ever came out, man. They bitched at everything.
Yeah.
The only bat suit that warranted any bitching was
bat nipples.
What was that?
Bat nipples.
What? The Batman. Nipples. From was it the fourth Batman film? George Clooney.
Batman Robin.
Batman Robin one. Bat nipples.
Not only that, but that bat suit was horrifically designed.
Honestly, the bat suit just reminded me more of what they did with Batman Forever.
It's like the bat suit for. I remember when they revealed the bat suit for Christian Bale for Batman Begins, and I remember a lot of people were just like, look, it doesn't look that much different from Michael Keaton's Batman suit, It's
I like that they didn't have the yellow. I thought it was cool. Like, the symbol was kind of like broader and it was just like wider on the chest piece. Like his Batman suit in the first movie, because he looked big. He looked like really, and then like the smart thing that he did and they explained it in the movie why he got another suit was so that he could have more mobility because like when the dogs attacked him and stuff like that, So it's like. So that was kind of cool. That was like the Dark Knight suit, which continued over to Dark Knight Rises.
I like in the new suit, it looks like they've made the neck and the shoulder separate pieces, which I'm like, dearly fucking Christ. It took this long for them to figure out to make it two separate pieces so that he could turn his neck. He could properly turn his neck. They're like, let's make it
they look like they gave him a collar like he's Elvis.
Because they made it two pieces, so if you look at it, it's so he can move and not look like a fucking robot. It took him how many films to figure that shit out?
We'll see when that movie comes out, man. I don't have a good feeling about it.
The best thing about this movie is going to be the detective work. He's actually going to be a fucking detective.
The good thing about the movie is that he won't sparkle like he sparkled in Twilight.
I'm excited to see I'm excited Batman who's like, the detective who's going to be out there solving crimes like a detective.
Like, that we've never seen yet. That we haven't seen. That part of him we haven't seen. The part we've seen of him is the hero part. We've never seen the detective part of him in movies.
We got to see a glimpse of it once. Batman versus Superman, the director's cut.
Right.
You see him being a detective, where he's like he's whatchamacallit, he's dealing with the thugs, you get to see a little questioning, a little of the old school hard boiled detective, type thing, and then that's it. And then he goes up to beating some people up, and it's over.
Oh yeah, William said that. I thought his symbol was made from the gun that killed his parents.
Oh yeah, from the comics, from the issue 1000. From the comics. Yeah, that was the Jim Lee story where he actually went to the guy that actually sells the criminals their weapons and actually found it at the at that store or at wherever the guy was selling it at, and actually created the symbol. That's what the symbol in the comics.
So then, if they do it in the movie, it's even better. Because that made it to a symbol that turns into a batarang, so that he can use it against the villain, to use it against his parents. Boom! Right. Full circle, baby. Full circle.
That's kind of cool. It melted down to be the symbol, and then it'd be the batarang.
Okay, so in Detective 1000, right, when he found the gun, when did Batman find this gun?
He found it. No, he actually had to pay a whole bunch of people just to figure out where that gun ended up.
Right. So what in what time, what era did that story take place?
I would have to pull the issue 1000 back out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because I mean, it all depends. If the story is like a young Batman and he found the gun, early on, cool. In the comic, if it was like Bruce Wayne, like 10 years or 8 years after his parents died, he's like, oh, I finally found the gun, because in this Batman movie, Robert Pattinson, it's loosely going to be like, I think his second year as Batman.
Okay.
So in his second year of Batman, you mean to tell me that he found his murderer that killed his parents and then took the gun from him?
How the comic worked, it wasn't that. It was he found it with the what was it? He found it at a crooked pawn shop or something like that.
Yeah.
In the comics, he actually figured out who Joe Chill was and found him way long before. They just retconned it and changed it. He in the comics way long time ago, he covered the whole Joe Chill thing and dealt with all that and moved on. It wasn't until they created the whole we got to change that because he's got to have a reason to fight because he never found the killer of his parents and all that.
Yeah.
And then they retconned that and made it when they did the whole Crisis on Infinite Earth, they made that the Dragon Force for him.
Huh.
So there's a lot of stuff that later on got changed that they dealt with early on.
Oh, Rando wouldn't know this because Rando's a Superman guy. So he wouldn't really know much of it anyways.
Yeah, he knows about a real hero who puts his life on the line for the common man. He only knows about the dirty, filthy alien.
The real hero. There would be no Batman without Superman.
I doubt that.
Without the success of Superman, DC Comics wouldn't have been like, we need to make another hero like as popular as Superman. Like who do we got?
They didn't make them. Freaking Bob Kane brought the characters to DC, and then Bill Finger did all the work, and then Bob Kane stole all the credit.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
If you've seen that documentary, man, that documentary makes you mad. Just makes you pissed off.
I haven't seen the documentary yet.
No, I watch it and it just pisses me off, man. And I'm like, dude, I can't watch this thing again because it just pisses me off. One the kid. If Bob Kane was still here, I would have just deck him off. Dude, really?
I would do an autograph.
Bill Finger literally created everything. He's the one who came up with the idea of the Batsuit.
Yeah. If you look at what what Bob Kane wanted, it was a guy in a red, not even a leotard, a red.
I've seen the design.
Yeah, red, and then with freaking wings. Yeah, looked like Kite Man. It's like, what the hell?
It was horrible.
But so that I'm guessing that's where Kite Man, the idea for Kite Man came from. Because if you think about it, he looks like Randall was saying, he looks like Kite Man. Because the original thing from Bob Kane, it looked like Kite Man.
It's a tragedy, but it changed it because you see it doesn't say and because of a contract. I don't know how they have to keep because basically Bob Kane's father was a lawyer, so Bob Kane from the beginning has always had a great deal when it came to Batman. He was never not making money, They didn't screw him over.
But Bill Finger died from cancer and died poor as hell.
Yeah, but now
that's what sucks.
It says Bob Kane with Bill Finger, and I'm like, that's cool. But what is in that contract? They say you can't change it to Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Like how how good is that goddamn contract? Like, it's got to be the greatest contract in the world.
I'm curious what the contracts actually say, man. I'm actually curious what that contract actually, you know what I mean? What the document actually has on it. I'm really curious, you know, like to make it where the one guy gets all the credit, but the other guy doesn't get hardly any credit when the other guy is the actual person that created everything. The Batcave, the freaking Batmobile, the you know, Ace the Bat Hound, like he created it, like Batman, you know what I mean? All of it. So,
dude, it's horrible against people in this.
Yeah, but that's not the only problem, man. Superman had the same issue, man. Like the guys had to go lawsuit with DC back to back. You know what I mean? So
they did one. I think the last one was in the 70s when they were alive.
Yeah.
And then the families did one in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. You know, and then I think it's the Siegels got her half back, but Schuster died. So and I don't think there was any Schuster family that could go to court. Or I think it's opposite. One of the either the Schuster family or the Siegel family, they ended up getting their half of Superman back, and then they made a deal with DC. And if you read the Superman comics, it says in accordance with the I think it's either Schuster or Siegel family. Every time you read the Superman comics.
Yeah. I've seen it now, even in the Batman comics too. And then a couple of Batman comics now, it says the Bill, you know, credit to Bill Finger and Bob Kane. when it only used to say Bob Kane only. If you read the older stuff, it said Bob Kane only. You know, credit to Bob Kane only. And now it's credit to both of them.
Like fuck Bob Kane.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you watch that documentary, you want to just wring Bob Kane's neck out or actually punch the hell out of him if he was still alive.
Except for Randall. He wants the signature.
Yeah.
He's like,
all right, guys. I know you guys are probably tired now, man. I'm gonna call it. I know you guys are probably like, you probably got to get some food, and Marco's probably got to go to bed anyway. So I'm gonna call it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it.
Cool. Sounds
all right, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Watching Extreme Nerd Table. Tune in next week with Marco, Randall, Tim, maybe, and then we'll check you guys next week, and then be on the lookout on Saturday afternoon of next week. I have an interview coming up with the artist, so you guys are gonna have to tune in to see who it is. So, and I have Kid Denise Comic Wednesdays every Wednesday, and then I have Silver Age Sundays, and I have the Comic Books with a Hook show with Robert Galvin. I'll check you guys later. Rando, do you got anything going on?
Nothing at the moment. You know, hopefully in the next month or two.
All right, Marco, anything?
Go on to Facebook, everybody, and search 90s Comics Strike. Wait, 90s Comics Strike Back. And join the group.
And if you guys want to join the YouTube channel, he actually has a YouTube channel of it. He actually messaged in the chat, so sub him up. But if you guys want, 90s Comics Strike Back. So
yeah. Go to Facebook, join. You just got to answer a few questions. They're easy. Love 90s comics. If you don't join, please. Go search 90s Comics Strike Back on Facebook, and then also join the YouTube channel. We're only going to be doing some YouTube stuff soon. We're still figuring that out. But join the group. There's a lot of creators that have worked in the 90s, a lot of popular creators, and a lot of cool fans. It's a lot of fun. So check it out.
Alrighty. That's all. That's it, guys. We'll check you guys later. And we're signing out.